Okay, I'm doing a video on the Yamaha montage, and I actually shot this. Hang on. Okay, I actually shot this already, but I learned some more information about it after I shot the video. Plus, the video looked kind of out of focus, so hopefully this one is also not, or hopefully this one is not out of focus. So. Here we are at sweetwater.com. And I just typed in sweetwater.com instead of Yamaha montage. Okay. So, another reason is I wanted to make this video a little bit shorter. So, I learned, plus I got the Sweetwater Gear magazine, which went into a little bit more detail of some of the stuff that is not shown on the page right here. Well, it isn't more detailed, but just like more visual visual helps. Let's get to the synthesizers. I know where they are. Okay, they're after the guitars. Okay, so the Yamaha montage was or will be, because it's not out quite yet. It's expected in early May. And I kind of felt a little bit guilty doing this at first, because I usually keep my stuff in the affordable, or actually it's probably better called a mid-range price point. But that's mostly because I review stuff I can afford. Yeah, but anyway, the Yamaha montage is the successor to the Yamaha Motif. It's gonna be Yamaha's new flagship synth, which I keep turning past in these pages here. Okay, must be before the synth modules. Let's keep going past the Moogs and the David Smith, the Prophet 6. Oh wait, no, that's not the Prophet. It's the OB6. Oh, the Prophet 12. Okay, montage. I can get a little gear crazy. Okay, so it says here, welcome to a new era. And so it shows kind of from the top down, with the top being the super knob, which is the thing. And most of the videos I watched are kind of following the script of this is the super knob and how great it is. And some people are going, ugh, it's just a flashing light gimmick. This is garbage. But you know how we get very enthusiastic in the YouTube comment section. But no, I think this is actually worth checking out. So I just thought I'd give my thoughts on it and basically what I knew about it. Just to share. I'm not an expert by any means, but it is basically a carry-on from the DX7 from 1983 and the Motif from 2001. And not those particular years probably, but it's carrying on the legacy of both. And they call it a montage in 2016. So, it's pretty much the same as the Motif, and there's a 61 key, a 76 key, and an 88 key version. It has a new thing called motion control synthesis. It has two engines, an AWM2 and an FMX. So the first one is for like your acoustic sounds, your pianos, your strings, and so on. And the FMX is synth sounds, like modular. I think it's modular synth, or frequent FM synth, frequency modulate. I can't talk. Okay, it's frequency modulation thing. So I'm going to read a bit of the specs here, which I have pulled up on the laptop here. The motion control synthesis engine controls and unifies Montage's two sound engines, the AWM2 and the FMX. The AWM2, powered by Yamaha's proprietary data compression and sound playback technology, delivers amazingly realistic sound reproduction and almost 10 times the waveform capacity of Yamaha's Motif XF workstation. Now that's exciting for Yamaha. Some people are like, look, the Kronos has a 60 gig SSD in it, or is it 62 gigs? And you can put 2 of them in there. I'm not even sure if it's a fair comparison, because the Kronos is like all things to all people workstation and sequencer and computer. It is a computer. It takes 2 minutes to start up or something like that. I tried a Korg Chrome recently, which is the step down from the Kronos, and that took, I don't know, about a minute to start up. It's like waiting for your computer. Only you get more impatient, so maybe I just need to learn more patience. But anyway, so it has 2 synth engines with a lot of sounds, and as far as the compression, this Yamaha has this proprietary, like I said, data compression where they compress, the sounds are compressed, but they sound pristine anyway, which I guess is why they can afford to have it in such a small package. Well, Nord does that too with their 1 gigabyte of piano sounds in the new Nord Stage 2 EX, I think it is. Yeah, they have they don't have 60 gigabytes of storage on the Nord. It's a really tiny amount of storage, and pianos sound great. So as we can get all geeked out over the gear and specs and stuff, but at the end of the day, if it sounds good, it is good. So, and this sounded pretty good from the demos that I watched. Now, I'm just going to go down to specs really quick because I don't want to carry this on too long. There are plenty of other videos out there about this. If you want to know more, you can check those out. So I'm looking at the Montage 8, which is the 88 key model, fully weighted with aftertouch. Again, this is the class that I'm looking into getting anyway, so that's why I look at the 88 key ones. But all the sizes have pretty much the same processing power in them. Okay, so it has a pitch bend, mod wheel, and ribbon controller, just like the Motif did, and those are on the left side. 128 note stereo polyphony, so polyphony for both engines. I guess they have independent polyphony. A DSP engine, an arpeggiator, USB flash audio playback, and it does have a sequencer, 16-track sequencer. So a lot of the videos, because they're following the script on this is the super knob and these are the 2 engines, and they mentioned DAW integration, which is a really good thing, but they didn't mention a sequencer, and people are like, this is not a legitimate successor to the Motif. That wasn't very convincing. This is not a legitimate successor to the Motif. Still not convincing. Anyway, you get the you get the idea. Yeah, it's not the same. I'd say it's more a performance-based synth than it is a workstation. It does have, the sequencer is basically to sketch for ideas, and as I was watching the videos, there was another one where they said they noticed people don't usually, a lot of people don't use the sequencer for anything just than capturing ideas quickly, and then they'll bring it into their DAW and work on it. So that's probably why they weren't raving about the sequencing abilities of this. It's getting warm in here. Of this, the Montage. Head always itches after you take the hat off. So anyway, a 16-track sequencer, 64 songs. It is USB Type A and USB Type B, and it has 2 audio inputs and 2 audio outputs. Or no, not 2 1/4-inch left-right outputs, 2 1/4-inch assignable left-right, and 1 1/4-inch for your headphones. And and then pedal inputs, 2 times foot controller, 1 times assignable, and then sustain. Now height, 6.31 inches. I guess that's going this way. If I were to set it on the table here, it'd be 6.3 inches high, 57.06 inches wide, and 18 3.5 inches deep, so that's looking on it from the keys towards the back. And it's 63 pounds, so I think it's heavier than a Motif. And it's certainly pricier. It is, well, the projected price is $39.99.99. That's not $39, that's $3,999.99. I don't know. Is it worth it? Well, yeah, I don't know. It sounds great. They have a nice digital to analog thing they did with it to where it'll sound great even outside of the studio and stuff. I mean, the previous one did sound good outside of the studio, I think. But yeah, they made improvements. They improved startup time was one of the things I heard on there. Just throwing some random things out here, facts. And which is important because, like I said again, watching a Chrome startup. So yeah, it's made of aluminum. It has metal parts on it as well, so that's something new for them. And like I said, there's plenty of other videos out there, so if you want to watch those, you can. But I think this may be the first Yamaha flagship that I want. Like, okay, I did want a Motif, so let's not pretend I didn't. But this one, I actually like the look of. It's a little more modern, a little more eye-catching. Again, the super knob with the flashing light, you can turn the light off. That is an available setting. So people are saying, oh, this is, and I too thought that's kind of distracting to have that light flashing. I think probably if I did get one, I probably would maybe not turn it off because I get so used to it. But I don't know. I think I like the option of being able to turn it off and everything. So anyway, those are my initial thoughts on the Yamaha Montage. Thank you for watching.